Fires broke out on the eve of Christmas 2007. In moments, the air filled with terror-stricken screams as people fled their homes, leaving behind everything they owned. Described by the media as a Black Christmas, the carnage did not abate until January 2, 2008, leaving several people dead and hundreds of Christians destitute in the eastern state of Orissa in India. But this wasn't simply religious persecution. The violence began when a local church in the small rural village in the Kandhamal district set up a tent for its Christmas Eve service. Provoked by a militant Hindu Swami, a mob of Hindu nationalists attacked the church, burning the tent, destroying festive Christmas decorations, and ransacking the church. Over the next 10 days, the violence spread into surrounding villages after the media broadcasts unsubstantiated reports that the Swami had been attacked by Christians.
Arson was their weapon, fear and intimidation their goal. Mobs of men roamed freely while police simply stood by. They carried traditional weapons of three-pronged spears called tridents, swords, arrows, crude bombs, and kerosene. Over 90 churches were destroyed, and about 730 homes set ablaze. Many Christian-run schools, medical centers, and convents were looted, desecrated, and burned. Several Christian men were murdered, and dozens of women sexually harassed and abused. Only rubble was left behind.
Fact-finding teams from the federal government, as well as teams from the All India Christian Council and other non-government organizations, found that the attacks were meticulously planned by a network of hardline nationalist Hindu groups called the Sangh Parivar. Media reports and fact-finding teams discovered that one group, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, which means the World Hindu Council, led the attacks.
But what inspired these brutal attacks against innocent families during Christmas? Their spokespeople say the violence was a response to the growing number of Dalits, formerly known as untouchables, that have become Christians in rural Orissa. They believe conversions should be illegal, and they are bitter about the Dalit social and economic success caused by transformed values and some aid provided by Christian-run organizations.
Dalit Christians are getting empowered over there. On 24th December, they put up arcade like Hindus do on the occasion of Durga Puja and other festivals. That has irked them. That created heartburning among so-called Hindutva organization who destroyed next day. So what I see is that Dalits are getting empowered, and through Christians, definitely Christians are helping them.
Even as the world looked forward to forging into a brand new year in the 21st century, Orissa bore the mark of an ancient malady, caste discrimination. For centuries, Dalits have been viewed as the outcasts within the Hindu social system. Many people believe Dalits pollute anything they touch. Today, in modern India, they are segregated and forced to live on the fringes of society. Often denied the right to quality education and modern amenities, the Dalits live in dire poverty, facing abuse and exploitation by the higher castes.
There are approximately 250 million Dalits in India, and most of them work as daily wage earners, housemaids, street sweepers, cobblers, and perhaps the most degrading work known to humankind, manual scavenging. Manual scavenging involves cleaning feces by hand from dry toilets. Many Dalit women are forced into temple prostitution, and the majority of human trafficking and bonded labor targets Dalits.
Across India, Dalits have freely chosen to become Christians in increasing numbers over the recent years. Some are protesting against caste discrimination, But the global church must welcome them regardless of their motivation and help them to understand the teachings of Jesus, the truth that all people are created equal.
Yes, Dalits are becoming Christians. Nobody denies it. Marginalized, the oppressed, the poor who want to be empowered, and the section of the society that still wants to keep them as slaves.
So nendu madasteru nendu madahanangati meeting giteru hero guarantee gule tatru hindu adargina inandisteru ese lokutaru purar katangi hingitanangati guteru rajiti ke am hindu anam mi ke manam inandisteru ano ya am anda tenga sohia tenga nanda gruningan badanangati dumdasteru seso tani yanji dumdahna engoto yan gilite gon hospital jana nange nadu gari gule dahana.
In the Orissa attacks, not only were Dalit Christian churches and homes attacked, but shops, makeshift granaries, and education centers were targeted too. Militant Hindus apparently want to push the Dalit Christians back into poverty, a poverty that would cripple them and make them vulnerable to oppression.
Unless fascism is annihilated and a non-sectarian rule of law is restored, Dalit Christians are in danger of future attacks. This time, arson was the weapon of choice. But many Dalits believe the next time their lives will not be spared.
Many within the villages say that the local people have lived in harmony for years. They are certain that it is outside fundamentalist Hindu groups that have instigated the violence.
Hindu. Gutta jagara ame rohicho, gutta jagara ame cholucho. Ame rohicho madogol kichhi nahi. Au se udiya mane ka jaha mane koruchoti. E brahman se brahman mane ka koruchonti au ke korbo.
Nai je Christian man kopre tankor rago kai.
के जनेगा सेटा के राग आमे तो कोंद जाको तो किछि राग नाही आमे तो एको मेळुरे आमे कहिछु
ए माने क्रिश्चियन लोग की तांको से तो झगड़ा करछंती कि किछि तांको अन्याय करछंती
नाही आगा सेटा क्रिश्चियन लोग कबे झगड़ा करबे आमे देखिनु तो जानि.
India is a mystery in many ways. It's the world's largest democracy, a rich society of vivid diversity with good laws that protect the marginalized. Yet the Orissa government and police remain complacent. The federal government hesitated to overrule the state government's actions, while politicians argued, Orissa burned and innocent people suffered. Relief was delayed and inadequate. An entire family was provided with only one blanket to ward off the biting winter cold. Food consisted of plain rice that was full of grit and was barely edible. Dalit women who risked venturing into the relief camps to find food were harassed by the police who refused to provide them with food unless their husbands were present. When the Dalit men emerged from hiding in the forest, they were arrested and booked on false charges. They have no homes, no food, no clothes, and they continue to live in fear. But this violent outbreak of religious persecution is only a symptom. There is a bigger challenge that cries for attention of the global citizens of goodwill. Millions of Dalits suffer in India today. Caste discrimination tells them they are less human than others. This ancient oppression must end. Dalit leaders acknowledge they cannot do it alone. Will you be part of the collective voice that calls for Dalit emancipation?